I think some of these technology trends, right? It's like a 10x improvement. If I were to look at manual analytics versus AI now, in areas where it works, it's 10x better, right? So hence I would say, I think AI, Web3, some of these are areas to acclimatize yourselves with for sure. I think it adds a lot of value. More and more softwares will move towards using these as default going forward, right? So the others, of course, with this whole blow up on the D2C side, right? The direct to consumer side. And this is not only the commerce direct to consumer, but also the engagement side of direct to consumer. The digital engagement and the digital side, and there are lots of good online courses on this side. The AI pieces, Web3, I'd put some of those. The other track I would put is the going deep, right? Be the expert in what you are. I'd say, I think these would be great places to focus if you're looking on the job side.
There's something that don't change, okay? Which is this. You have to learn to get along with people. You have to learn to communicate, and you have to learn to lead. Because I don't care. I don't know how many people I'm coaching now. They are really deep, technically competent, but these three things, they're useless. I wouldn't say they're useless, but they find it a little bit more difficult. They need some help, right?
I think over the last 13, 14 years, as we've grown Capillary, I think one thing I've realized is self-aware people end up growing a lot more.
Yeah.
Especially as you grow through the ranks and as you, and I would totally agree, Stephen. I think at the entry level, skill and expertise become great,
yep.
But as you go up, it ends up becoming how aware are you, how well can you work? And interestingly, these are now things that you can teach, right? Awareness, yeah. And just being aware of what's happening, being a good listener. Some of that stuff is what you can sign up to be coached for, sign up to be taught, right? So
I was talking to a group of CFOs the other day at one of their meetings, right? And the topic was just being positively negative, which is anything that can be said negatively. My theory is that you can actually say it a little bit more neutrally or positively, right?
If give us an example.
Well, you can say, Kanan, I totally disagree with the strategy for marketing. That product idea is useless. You can say it may be true though, right? Or I can say, Kanan, how do we get the support of our employees for that new idea from marketing, right? Now I'm still telling you that nobody agrees with the idea for marketing, but I'm not saying nobody likes this idea for marketing. It's really useless. Now, here's what most people say, right? No, Stephen, you see, when you have a tough message, you have to tell it like it is. Authentically, I'm being authentic 100% all the time. Yeah, I know. But if every time you open your mouth, you're negative, guess what? Negative. The next time you put up your hand, people go, oh my God, here he goes again, right? They shut off and you lose your authenticity because you thought you were being direct all the time. So that's another skill, being self-aware. You need to know when sometimes to say things and when to hold back. And that's a skill.
I think I've kind of grown from this, straight A's guy did very well in school to saying, this is not good enough. That's one thing. I would say that's been an interesting journey over the last 12, 13 years where I've been this fairly brash, know what to do guy to, I think today a lot more, the way I'd put it is not the autopilot, not be the autopilot, but see the autopilot a little bit, right? See what's happening in your mind, think whether you should say this and then say it. As compared to probably, let's say 10 years ago where, I would just immediately let out. Right. Yeah. The autopilot would respond, right? Keep us has to say this now.